Hey, this is Robert Naini, your spray foam advisor. Today I want to talk about the different types of business entities and how you might be set up and how that might affect you and or your organization. So there are several key types of business entities, and before I get into that, I have to put a disclaimer here. I'm not a CPA, I'm not a certified public accountant, and I'm not a lawyer, so definitely if you need more information about this, if you want recommendations as what you should do for your business and your situation, it's going to be different for everyone typically. They will fit into a couple of different categories, but what you do in your business and even your state laws may have implications regarding which entity is best for you. It's best to find advice from professionals that focus on this for their business. What I want to do today is give you an overview for the different types of business entities and give you something to think about in case you've never thought about this before, in case you're just unfamiliar with the different type of business entities that could be out there for companies. Most construction businesses, the owner is going into business for themselves. And so it might be one person or it might be 2, 3, or 4 partners that might get together and share ownership of the business. Now, in the case of being one owner, that is called a sole proprietorship. And when you have multiple people that own the same entity, that's called a partnership. So a sole proprietorship or a partnership is typically created just by saying that you're in business. All I have to do is say, I'm going to be in business under ABC Spray Foam, and I will likely have to go down to the county court office and have to file paperwork, typically a DBA, a doing business as name, and I will have to say that Robert Naini is going to do business as ABC Spray Foam. And that allows me to advertise the name, it allows me to use the name in public transactions, it allows me to represent that name, ABC Spray Foam. And I have to do a couple things. Part of that assume name or DBA process is I have to verify that there's not another company in the local area or in the in the region that's operating under the same name, because you can't have duplicate names. And then what I'm doing is essentially saying that I, Robert Naini, am going to operate under this name. Now, if you want to operate under your own name, if you just want to be Robert Naini Business, you can do that, and you don't need an assumed name. The purpose of an assumed name or a DBA, a doing business as, is to represent, to actually document and identify who you are representing yourself as and what company name you are going to represent in the local market. So that's typically that's a requirement for most counties, most jurisdictions that you're going to be working in. And that's going to work for both partnerships and for sole proprietorships. So whether you're a solo entrepreneur, you're running the business yourself, or you have partners, you're still going to have to go file a DBA unless you're operating under your own specific names in that business. Now, the next level beyond sole proprietorship and partnership is going to be LLC, and this is where we start getting into incorporated businesses. So we have the LLC, or the Limited Liability Company, and then we have an S-corp or an S-corporation, and then we have the C-corp or the C corporation. So these are different types of business entities that can be created for different purposes. Now, the biggest difference between a sole proprietorship, a partnership, an LLC, an S-corp, and a C-corp, the two biggest components that you need to be aware of are liability and taxes. And these are the biggest reasons that when you talk to your accountants, when you talk to your tax advisors, you talk to your legal advisors, that they will have insight on what type of company form, what type of structure of a company is going to be best for you and your situation. So over the next few weeks, I'm going to talk about the tax and liability implications associated with sole proprietorships, partnerships, LLCs, S-corps, and C-corps. Make sure that if this is of interest to you, go talk to a tax advisor and legal advisor to figure out if you are in the right entity for your organization, for the size of your organization, for the revenue, and for the amount of risk that you deal with on a daily basis. This has been Robert Naini with Spray Foam Advisor. Thanks for checking us out. Catch us on some more videos.